你知道这每个月5000块钱收
Where does a monthly salary of 700 rank in China? If you earn 700 a month, do you know where that puts you on a national level? So many followers message me saying, "Sister, I earn so little, and I feel completely lost and anxious after watching this video." You won't feel anxious anymore. Based on data from CICC China International Capital Corporation, China's 1.4 billion people are broken down into 3 main tiers and 10 income brackets. Let's see which bracket you fall into. First, the base tier. Level 1 0 income, 5.46 million people. Level 2 0 to 70, 215 million people, making up 1/7 of the country's population. Level 3 70 to 110, 200 to million people, most rural villagers doing farm work fall into this category. Level 4 110 to 140, 120 for million people, pensions for many retired women in smaller towns hover around this level. Here's the big question. Do you know how many people these 4 brackets total? 546 million people, nearly half the population, earn less than 140 a month. Can you imagine that? To this day, a huge number of people still rely solely on a small patch of farmland to feed their families. Next, the middle tier. Level 5 140 to 210. Guess how many? 243 million people, the single largest group. Many retirees in 3rd and 4th tier cities and recent graduates earn around 140 to 280. In other words, a 420 salary in major cities isn't the rock bottom floor for workers. Plenty of people still earn under 210. Looking at these figures is shocking. When I first started working over a decade ago back in the early 2000s, my starting salary after probation was 180. All these years later, so many people are still making just around 140 a month. Level 6 280 to 420, 203 million people. This is the basic minimum wage standard across most regions. Level 7 420 to 700, 156 million people. This represents the reality for the vast majority of working professionals, whether you're an office worker in a high-rise building or a retail clerk at a mall. Most fall within this range. If you add it all up, you'll realize that 1.326 billion people in China earn less than 700 a month. That's 94.87% of the total population. That means no matter where you live or what job you do, if your monthly take-home pay exceeds 700, congratulations. You earn more than 90% of the population. Don't doubt it. Out of 1.4 billion people last year, only about 100 million qualified to pay personal income tax, where the threshold starts right at 700. Finally, the upper tier. Level 8 700 to 1. 400, 63.8 million people. These are the proud taxpayers contributing to the nation, consisting mostly of big tech employees or mid-level managers in smaller companies. Level 9 1,400 to 2,800, only 7.8 for million people. Many young women demand a partner earning over 1,400 a month. But honestly, that's a tough standard to meet, as a huge portion of people in this bracket are already over 35 years old. Level 10 over 2,800, only 700,000 people nationwide. It might sound hard to believe when social media makes it look like everyone earns thousands of dollars a month, but in reality, very few people actually make that much. If you can cover your basic living expenses and earn a decent living where you are, you're already doing well. Most people have simply developed cognitive bias from scrolling through too many short videos.
I just finished watching that video about where a monthly income of 700 really puts you in China. My biggest takeaway wasn't comfort, it was a deep, indescribable sense of absurdity. According to CICC data cited in the video, China's 1.4 billion people are split into 10 tiers. With 1.326 billion earning less than 700 a month, that's 94.87% of the total population. In other words, as long as you take home 700 each month, you're already earning more than 90% of the country. Out of 1.4 billion people last year, only 100 million made enough to pay personal income tax, where the threshold sits right at 700. Here lies the real problem. If 700 puts you ahead of 90% of the population, why doesn't 700 even get you through the front door in the dating market? That is my biggest takeaway. Women's expectations for men's incomes in China have completely detached from economic reality. Walk into any matchmaking park and ask any young woman what her partner's income requirement is. The answers are practically unanimous. 1. 400 a month is the absolute baseline. 2,100 to 2,800 is considered average, and anything over 4,200 is decent, yet the data is crystal clear. Only 7.8 million people nationwide earn between 1,400 and 2,800, and a mere 700,000 earn over 2,800. What does 700,000 mean? That is 700,000 out of 1.4 billion, one in every 2,000 people. Demanding a man make 2,800 a month means requiring him to be in the top 0.05% of the entire country. Are you in the top 0.05% yourself? What hurts even more is that many of those making over 1,400 are already over 35 years old. For young guys just graduating, making 700 is already decent, and 1,100 is exceptional. Demanding a guy in his 20s earn over 1,400 isn't looking for a partner, it's buying a lottery ticket. Why is this happening? Because the cognitive bias is severe. People scroll through short videos where everyone seems to earn six figures, drive luxury cars, and live in mansions. Social media feeds are flooded with travel and fine dining, making it seem like you're the only poor person in China. But what is the reality? The data lays it out plain and simple. 546 million people, nearly half the country, earn less than 140 a month. Another 243 million earn between 140 and 210, making it the largest single income group. A massive portion of China still lives on just over 100 a month. These people aren't on social media or posting on Instagram. They are farming in the fields, working assembly lines, sweeping streets, and washing dishes in restaurant kitchens. They are the silent majority, and they represent the real China. Yet some women have been brainwashed by the online illusion that everyone makes thousands, sitting in rented apartments scrolling through short videos, watching other people's curated lives. They demand that a partner own a home, drive a car, earn thousands a month, and pay tens of thousands in bride price. Ask her how much she earns, and it might only be 550 to 700 a month. It's utterly absurd. You're an average person yourself, yet you expect your partner to be among the elite. You live an ordinary life, yet you demand someone pull you into a higher social class. On what grounds? Look at today's economic climate. Jobs are hard to find, money is tough to make, tech companies are laying people off, factories are cutting pay, and 8 out of 10 small businesses are barely hanging on. So many people face the risk of being let go tomorrow, while others dare not quit despite pay cuts because they have mortgages, car loans, and families to feed. In an environment like this, having a stable job and getting paid on time every month is already an achievement. Making 700 and out earning 90% of the country really isn't bad, yet some women haven't lowered their standards at all. In fact, their demands have risen. When the economy drops, instead of weathering the storm together, you raise the bar even higher. Does that make any sense? I deeply agree with that line from the video. Too many people scroll through short videos and develop massive cognitive bias. You think what you see is everything, but you're only seeing what others want you to see. The real China is a place where 1.3 billion out of 1.4 billion people earn less than 700 a month, where hundreds of millions earn just over 100, and where most people work tirelessly for a month just to cover basic living expenses. So to those women who are still acting overly picky in the dating market, wake up and look at the real China. People making over 1,400 a month total less than 10 million nationwide, most of whom live in top-tier cities and are over 35. Before targeting this group, ask yourself if you're truly on their level. Having standards isn't wrong, but standards need to reflect reality. If you make 700 and look for someone making 1,400, that's ambition. If you make 700 and demand someone make 7,000 while owning a paid-off home, that's delusion. Chinese men aren't refusing to get married, they simply can't afford to. You demand 1,400 a month, but 90% of men can't reach that. You demand a home and a car, but a single apartment drains to generations. You demand tens of thousands in bride price. But how long does it take a guy making 700 a month to save that up? When women's income expectations far exceed the actual level of Chinese society, and men realize they can never meet those standards no matter how hard they try, the end result is simple. Men stop playing the game. You keep waiting for your 4,000 a month prince, and I'll go live my simple 700 a month life. My biggest realization after watching that video is this: don't let the internet fool you. 700 is genuinely not a small amount. Stably earning 700 in this economic environment puts you ahead of 1.3 billion out of 1.4 billion people. Instead of dreaming about the 700,000 people at the top of the pyramid, take a look at the down-to-earth person beside you who earns 700, works hard, and truly treats you well. After all, a good life is built day by day, not measured by comparisons.